Judith Maria and welcome to SC Global News. From the faithful story of the 72nd official miracle declared at the Sanctuary of LOURDES to the troubling account of yet another French church targeted by arson, we have many stories to cover. A 67-year-old Italian woman, Antonia Racco, has been officially declared miraculously healed of primary lateral sclerosis after a pilgrimage to Lourdes in 2009. On April 16, 2024, Bishop Vincenzo Carmine Orofino of Tursi, Lago Negro recognized her cure as a 72nd official miracle attributed to the intercession of Our Lady of Lourdes. The decision followed a thorough investigation by the Lourdes Medical Committee, which confirmed the healing as complete and lasting.
With the miraculous healing of an Italian woman from a rare neurological disease, the number of officially recognized miracles at the Sanctuary of Our Lady of Lourdes has reached 72. On Wednesday, April 16th, Bishop Vincenzo Carmine Orofino of the Diocese of Tursi Lago Negro declared the healing of 67-year-old Antonia Racco from primary lateral sclerosis as the 72nd miracle acknowledged by the Catholic Church since the apparitions of Our Lady in Lourdes in 1858. Antonia Racco first began experiencing symptoms of PLS in 2004. What started as severe headaches and muscle cramps soon progressed to difficulty walking. By 2005, she was having trouble swallowing and speaking clearly. In 2006, she was officially diagnosed with primary lateral sclerosis, a rare and progressive motor neuron disease that damages the nerve cells responsible for movement, especially in the arms and legs. By 2008, her condition had further deteriorated, her lung function declined, and she developed partial paralysis in all 4 limbs. In desperation, Antonia made a pilgrimage to Lourdes from July 30th to August 5th, 2009. After bathing in the sanctuary's miraculous spring, she reportedly felt an overwhelming sense of well-being. Upon returning home, medical examinations revealed that her symptoms had completely disappeared. In July 2010, she reported her apparent healing to the Lourdes Office of Medical Observations. Following an extensive investigation, the International Medical Committee of Lourdes confirmed that Antonia Racco's healing was medically inexplicable. The majority of the committee agreed that she had recovered from PLS in a way that was sudden, complete, lasting, and without scientific explanation. In 2024, Bishop Jean-Marc Maikis, the Bishop of Tarbes and Lourdes, communicated this decision to Bishop Orofino, the local bishop responsible for Antonia's diocese. With his proclamation on April 16th, the healing was formally recognized as the 72nd official Lourdes miracle. Since the 1858 apparitions of the Blessed Virgin Mary to Saint Bernadette Soubirous, over 7,000 healings have been reported at Lourdes. However, the Church follows a rigorous medical and theological review before declaring any of them as miracles, the most recent being the 2009 healing of Antonia Racco, officially recognized in 2025.
The incorrect body of Blessed Pier Giorgio Frassati has arrived in Rome for the first time and will be venerated at the Basilica of Saint Mary above Minerva from July 26 to August 4th. A beloved lay Dominican known for her service to the poor and of deep faith, Frassati is said to be canonized on September 7th during the Jubilee of Youth. His relics were previously housed in Turin and have been brought to Rome ahead of his sainthood declaration.
The coffin bearing the incorrupt body of Blessed Pier Giorgio Frassati, a soon-to-be canonized saint, has arrived at the Basilica of Saint Mary above Minerva in Rome for public veneration during the Jubilee of Youth. The Dominican friars of the Basilica received the remains of the young lay Dominican who died at the age of 24 following a short but painful battle with polio. Previously interred at the Cathedral of St. John the Baptist in Turin since 1981, the relics have been brought to Rome for the first time in anticipation of his canonization and as part of the celebrations of the Jubilee of Youth. The incorrupt body of the young saint, whom Pope St. John Paul II called the Man of the Beatitudes, will remain exposed for veneration from July 26th to August 4th. Cardinal Baldassare Reina, Vicar General for the Diocese of Rome, will preside over the opening Mass on Saturday, July 26th. On August 4th, the relics will be returned to Turin following a closing Mass celebrated by Archbishop Anthony Fisher OP of the Archdiocese of Sydney. Born in 1901, to the influential Frassati family of Turin, Pier Giorgio displayed extraordinary piety and compassion for the poor from an early age. He was active in political circles and was a firm opponent of fascism. Despite his privileged background, he devoted his life to ministering to the marginalized in Turin. A passionate mountaineer, Pier Giorgio often invited his friends to join him on hikes where he would arrange for Holy Mass and spiritual retreats. He died in 1925 from poliomyelitis, likely contracted from one of the poor he cared for. His funeral drew thousands, not just the elites, but also the many people he had quietly helped during his short life. Blessed Pier Giorgio Frassati will be canonized on September 7th during the Jubilee of Youth, along with Blessed Carlo Acutis.
Fleeing from Washington's scorching heat, President Donald Trump embarks on a 5-day vacation to his mother's ancestral country, Scotland. Before leaving, President was asked about the sudden breakdown of Gaza's ceasefire. Trump stated Hamas's lack of coordination was the reason behind United States' sudden withdrawal from the talk.
Before departing for Scotland for his annual trip, US President Donald Trump on Friday suggested Israel should increase its offensive in Gaza after Hamas outrightly rejected the US-backed ceasefire proposal. Trump also said Israel should clean it up, suggesting Israel should not leave any traces of Hamas in the Gaza area, and emphasized that an Islamic militant organization has no interest in peace. The ceasefire deal, which ensured the release of American hostage Eden Alexander, which Trump was optimistic about, suddenly crashed when Middle East peace envoy Steve Witkoff withdrew the US's negotiators for the table. When asked about the sudden breakdown of the deal, Trump said Hamas doesn't want to make a deal and noted that the militant organization was neither coordinated nor acting in bad faith. The 5-day trip to Scotland will see the president visiting his mother's ancestral home and various golf clubs. While the White House called the trip a vacation, President Trump is expected to hold talks with the chief of the European Union and UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer.
Pope Leo XIV addressed Vietnamese catechists in a heartfelt video message, encouraging them as they prepare for the upcoming Youth Jubilee in Rome. He reminded them that they are never alone in their mission and praised their dedication to spreading the gospel. His words come ahead of a special celebration planned at the Vatican for young Catholic leaders.
My dear friends, it is with immense joy that I greet you today, catechists of Vietnam, gathered with His Excellency Archbishop Joseph Nguyen Nang, the Metropolitan of Saigon and President of the Bishops' Conference. I thank each of you who have logged in from every province of Vietnam and beyond, just days before the Jubilee of Youth in Rome.
Pope Leo XIV addressed Vietnamese catechists through a video message released on July 25th by the Vatican. This communication arrived ahead of the Youth Jubilee slated for July 26 to August 4th in Rome. In the video, the Vatican leader expressed his spiritual closeness and encouraged faith educators to persevere in their work. He acknowledged the challenges of teaching the gospel message and said their commitment was a sign of deep love for Christ and the Church. The Pope greeted the Vietnamese religious educators with joy, thanking them for their dedication, especially as they gathered virtually with Archbishop Joseph Nguyen Nang. He honored the 400th birth anniversary of Blessed Andrew Phu Yen, Vietnam's first martyr and patron of catechists, emphasizing his belief and ultimate sacrifice at the age of 19.
On this solemn occasion, the 400th anniversary of his birth, we celebrate a great son of Vietnam, a catechist and martyr whose witness still inspires us.
He praised the 64,000 catechists of Vietnam, mostly young lay people, for their selfless service in nurturing the faith of children and youth. The Pope reminded them that catechetical work is a community mission supported by prayer, not done alone.
In Vietnam, the church is brimming with dedicated catechists, lay men and women, most of you young, who teach the faith to children and adolescents every week. Indeed, there are over 64,000 catechists in and outside your country. This vast group of faith educators is a fundamental part of parish life. I am thankful for your generosity, each and every one of you.
He encouraged them to cherish their cultural and family roots, drawing strength from the faith of their ancestors. As the Church prepares to celebrate the Jubilee of Youth in Rome, he called on them to stay united in spirit with young Catholics worldwide and to share the message that Christ is alive and he wants you to be alive. He ended with blessings and invoked the intercession of Blessed Andrew and the Virgin Mary to guide and protect the catechists in their mission.
Mark Short, Bishop of Canberra and Goulburn, has named the Anglican Primate of Australia. His appointment marks a historic moment for the Church as he becomes the first evangelical to hold the position since 1982. His leadership is expected to shape the national church direction, particularly on matters of theology and mission outreach.
Mark Short, Bishop of Canberra and Goulburn, has been appointed the next Anglican Primate of Australia, following a national church election held on July the 20th and 21st. Christian media outlets and officials from the denomination have confirmed the announcement. His term begins November the 1st, 2025. The appointment is historically significant, as Short is the first evangelical chosen as primate since 1982. The primacy is both a symbolic and a leadership role, representing the Anglican Church of Australia at national and international levels. Reports from within the Anglican community indicate that the Board of Electors oversaw the vote, comprising bishops, clergy, and lay leaders from across Australia. Short received a majority of votes during the two-day selection procedure. Sources noted that his background in mission and theological training at Moore College positioned him as a strong candidate for national leadership. Religious observers described his election as a shift towards biblically conservative direction. In remarks shared by the diocese, the newly appointed leader expressed humility and a desire to serve the faith community. He reportedly conveyed his hope to guide the church faithfully in word and deed, while remaining committed to gospel outreach and pastoral care.
A Sunday school teacher from Merseyside, Northwest England, has officially become a Guinness World Record holder for the longest service at the same institution. Pam Knowles began teaching in her early teens and has been leading Sunday classes for 3 to 5-year-olds at St. Anne's Church in Aigburth every week since September 1951. A Sunday school teacher from Merseyside, Northwest England, has become a Guinness record holder for being the world's longest-serving person at the same institution. Beginning her teaching journey in her early teens, Pam Knowles has been teaching 3 to 5-year-olds every Sunday at St. Anne's Aigburth since September 1951. On January 12, 2025, Pam was officially recognized as the world's longest-serving Sunday school teacher. Her record was made possible by her son, who submitted her application. At the time of the record, she served the church for 73 years and 104 days, surpassing the 70 years record held by a woman in the United States. Over the decades, Pam has taken on many roles at St. Anne's. She served as Sunday school superintendent for over 40 years and has been a dedicated member of the parochial church council for much of that time. During that period, when St. Anne's Choir was flourishing and known for its tours throughout the UK and Europe, Pam often accompanied them in a leadership role, helping to ensure the trips were well organized and ran safely. Pam's incredible dedication was celebrated on July 13, 2025, the final Sunday of the Sunday school term led by Reverend Ian Greenwood. She received gifts from the congregation along with a special token of appreciation from the education team at the Diocese of Liverpool. In an interview with the Church Times, Pam reflected on her achievement that children's behavior has changed since she started teaching at the Sunday school, she added that she just loved children and loved telling stories, starting from the very beginning of Adam and Eve, which the children loved the most, Noah's Ark, Daniel in Lion's Den, and continue on through the Old and New Testament with a bit of coloring, handbook, and playtime. The Diocese of Liverpool shared that Pam remains a much loved and deeply respected figure in the life of Saint Anne's. She still, to this day, never misses a Sunday school class and continues to inspire children week after week. Her teaching has touched multiple generations, having taught grandparents, their children, and now the third generation. Pam is truly at the heart of the life at Saint Anne's, a remarkable role model and a true hero for the parishioners. Notre Dame des Champs Church in Paris was hit by 2 fires within 48 hours. The first, on July 23rd, was likely accidental and damaged the choir organ and sound system. The second, on July 24th, was confirmed as arson. It began at the statue in St. Joseph's Chapel and spread to wooden panels and a renovated canvas. No injuries were reported, but an investigation is underway. According to police sources, an arson attack broke out on July 24th at around 4:50 p.m. in the Notre Dame des Champs Church located at 91 Boulevard du Montparnasse in the 6th arrondissement of Paris. This is the second time the church has been the victim of a fire within its walls in just 48 hours. The first fire, which occurred on the previous day, July 23rd, which is believed to be accidental, destroyed a sound system and a choir organ. The priest escaped without injury, and firefighters successfully contained the blaze. Initial investigations suggest a faulty electrical circuit in the choir organ as the cause. However, the second fire has raised concerns, which began at a statue in St. Joseph's Chapel, spread to the wooden panels and recently renovated canvas before the firefighters contained it. According to initial evidence, one or more people entered the chapels and the panels were deliberately set on fire. The perpetrators fled the scene immediately after starting the fire. The fire caused significant damages, with the canvas scorched by the fire, several pews burned, and the walls were also affected. The Paris Fire Department responded quickly and brought the flames under control before they could spread further. No injuries were reported. A judicial police officer was present at the scene, along with technicians from the central laboratory who carried out initial scientific assessments and to collect DNA evidence. Father Camille Millard, the parish priest, stated on the church's website that the second fire caused even more damages and questioned its origin. He also filed a complaint with the 6th Arrondissement Police Station jointly with the city of Paris. An investigation has been launched and assigned to SAPE 56. Marine Le Pen, former leader of the far-right National Rally Party, condemned the incident on social media platform X, stating that these criminal acts are not isolated. They are part of a growing and increasing trend in violence targeting the Catholic religion, and offered her full support to the faithful of the church. That's all for today. Until we meet again, God bless and thank you.